What does your vagina smell like?
Yeah, we got a question on our blog about what do vaginas smell like.
Yes.
We thought this was actually a pretty interesting question because I think it's something that girls worry about quite often.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, especially if you're intimate with somebody's getting down there and you're like, what the fuck do I smell like? And on top of that, we're around our vaginas all the time. You know, we will have smelly days and we will have great days.
Yeah, it's just like we have like different sorts of discharge, like
different
on
smells,
different days, and obviously like period stuff
to do with hormones.
Smells, but
fucking vaginas, eh? Bane of our lives.
they are a tiny bit. No, they're not really a hassle at all. I think,
just keep them happy with orgasms and they'll be all right.
Feminine hygiene, because personally, I don't use any products down below. I just use water. I try and avoid soap down there. Obviously, when I shave, I do lather up a bit, but I don't get anything inside ever. And then just water to clean myself down there.
We kind of both agree that vaginas, like, they're self-cleaning organs, for goodness sake. They can do stuff themselves. You don't need extra products, other chemicals, and often not, vaginas are so sensitive as they are. Like, you don't want to start, even just soap. Even soap can irritate you, and depending on,
it's true.
what your vagina's like skin-wise, it can even cause smelly bacteria.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sensitive area, really,
very
of your
sensitive,
skin.
yeah.
So, especially if you shave.
Yeah, especially if you shave. And yeah, I mean, it all of it can affect what your vagina smells like.
Yes.
So, I mean, what would you say that a vagina smelled like?
Okay, so like my vagina on an average day, I don't think it really smells that much at all. Like, I don't think it has a distinct smell. I would just say it's slightly musky.
Musky, yeah. Because vaginas aren't supposed to be really smelly.
No.
They're supposed to have a smell, but not where you crouch down and you can smell them.
Yeah.
If you are experiencing that, then it's possible that you've got some sort of bacteria issue, which, again, not a big deal at all. Get them all the fucking time.
Yeah, I've had bacterial vaginosis before,
Yeah.
and that was quite a horrific smell. Yeah.
And it's the same with thrush, can be smelly. You can, just before your period, it can be smelly.
Yeah.
It can be smelly all the time, but again, there's nothing to worry about. It could be diet problems, it could be the fact that you're stressed,
but if you are experiencing a smell that is sort of disconcerting, like you don't like the smell of it, I would definitely go to a sexual health clinic to get it checked out.
Yeah.
Because it could be BV or thrush, which they can help you with.
Yes.
And it could be another STI, which they can also help you with. There's always medicine for these things. Like, I had antibiotics for my BV and it cleared up straight away. And you can get things in shops, but they didn't work for me.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I've had antibiotics and they've given me thrush. So,
that can also happen.
It happens. Like, if you have a smelly vagina, it's not to worry. It's not going to stay like that, and it can be fixed. You can get help for it, and everybody gets a smelly vagina. It's just the way it is.
Just some days it does smell like a tiny bit different.
Yeah, I mean,
like, that sort of sex stench. Sometimes it just smells like that.
It's that sort of like damp, musky, moist kind of smell.
Yeah, how would you describe the smell? It's the same.
I don't know, like, because I'm getting mixed up with the taste of vagina.
Yeah.
Like, taste and smell is similar, but not the same. I'd say that it's probably almost like a sour taste, a sour sort of, musky taste, like a dull, almost like bitter taste. But it's not, I personally don't like the taste of vagina. I don't like the taste of my vagina, but I'll quite happily eat vagina.
Yeah, well, that's weird because I, like, after receiving oral and then the guy comes and kisses you, like, I can never taste anything.
Yeah.
So there's not necessarily, like, even a distinctive taste or smell.
And it you know, it does depend. Some people might have just naturally a more pungent vagina than other people.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of guys love the taste of vagina, especially people with like an giving oral fixation.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people just almost have a fetish for it, and they love the smell of it, the taste of it. And then some guys have a bit of an issue with it, but also, you know, that's their fault, for fuck's sake. If you have an issue with looking at cock, that's your fault, that's not theirs.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of things that you can do. Again, look at your diet, look at how healthy you are.
Yeah. Smoking and like eating unhealthily can affect the smell.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed a difference with smoking.
Yeah.
But if you suddenly, I don't know, social smoke one night, you might notice a difference.
Yeah.
And
it's the same with like guys cum. Like their diet can affect what it tastes like.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, health. You know, you want someone. If you've got someone healthy, you're gonna have a good, healthy smell, I would think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
And also, I think our advice would be, if you're experiencing like a smell that you're not comfortable with, we wouldn't suggest like using the femme fresh like kind of products.
If anything, stay away from them altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that some people feel more confident when they've used like femme fresh stuff.
Maybe like every so often. I don't think it would be bad.
Yeah.
But you really shouldn't need to use them because like just use water. Don't use soap. Soap can give you irritations.
I mean, I use soap. It depends. Like I've used soap before. I just wouldn't put soap inside me.
Yeah, it
anywhere.
depends. It depends how sensitive you are, because basically your vagina has like pH levels inside. So if like soap gets inside, that can upset that, and that will cause a smell or like BB or thrush, like that. Yeast infections as well. That's also a smelly thing that can happen.
Yeah, I mean that's ultimately what it's down to is like your the pH in your vagina, like the acidity level and things.
Oh, and also some good advice would be yogurt.
Bioactive's pretty good, and like basically yogurt without any added sugar in it, or you know, you don't use a vanilla one, and I've been told
it's got
that
good bacteria in it.
Yeah, eating that's amazing. And also if you are in a bit of a tricky situation, then putting live yogurt on yourself physically helps too
as well.
And
I've heard that.
I've heard that using a freshly peeled garlic clove and putting that up you helps. I haven't tried it. My friend's tried it. She does the whole natural remedy thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm not sure I would ever do that.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I think if I had a smelly vagina, I'd just go, okay, great, I got to look at like my health. Maybe I'm too tired. Maybe I'm not eating properly. You know, it's possible I've just had sex, or I'm coming on my period.
Yeah. Also, that's another thing. Like, if you have had sex without protection.
Yeah. I can smell quite.
You can definitely get a smell.
And it's the same with discharge, like the amount of discharge you get. I mean, I'd say I probably get maybe more discharge than the average person, but I don't even think so. I think that's just my imagination.
Yeah, I don't think... I always feel like that as well, but I think...
Everyone gets discharge. Discharge is pretty much just our vaginas cleaning themselves. They're just getting all that shit out of there and just putting it in your knickers,
It's
unfortunately.
completely normal to have like crusty knickers at the end of the day.
It's just the way it is. Crusty knickers, it fucking happens. I mean, it's not the sexiest thing when the boy or whoever is pulling down your pants and you're like, oh. And the worst one's when they're like, I see you're wet already, and it's like, no, that's just discharge, mate. Like, all right, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm wet. Let's go, lick that off. You love that shit.
But luckily it's not usually a horrible substance. It's just... It doesn't really have that much of a taste.
No.
Or a smell. So...
Most of the time, it's actually all in your head.
Yeah.
If you're thinking that you particularly have a really smelly vagina, it would be the same as if you think you smell of BO and you're like, oh, can you please smell me? And people are like, I can't fucking smell you. It's the same. Like, just because the vagina is something that people don't often talk about, and you're not going to ask your friend, do I have a smelly vagina?
No.
I mean, I would. We probably would. Do I smell? Waft it around. You smell that? But I mean, it's not something to be worried about at all. And as long as you're confident about it, if you are worried and you're seeing somebody, you're worried that they're going to notice, you can mention it to them, or you can just ignore it because they probably wouldn't fucking notice anyway.
Yeah. And if it's a huge worry, sexual health clinic.
Yeah. always go and see your sexual health clinic. Can't really say that enough.
No.
If you think there's anything wrong at all, just go and see them. Why not?
Yeah, they're very helpful and
Really
they never
easy.
judge you.
Yeah.
They have no judgment. They're always really nice people.
Yeah, they are.
So-
They are really lovely. And yeah, just make an appointment.
Yeah.
Or see your doctor. Yeah, let us know if this video has been at all useful at all. At all. We'd love to hear from you. We always love to hear from you. And even if you're saying, no, that video scared the shit out of me, we'd like to know, because we just want to help you guys out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
see you soon.
And look after those vaginas.